If someone asked you to explain the difference between an automated workflow, an AI workflow, or an AI agent, could you do it? Because here's the thing, most business owners can't, and it's costing them not only serious money, but serious time. I see people spending tens of thousands of dollars on AI agents when they really only needed a couple of automated workflows that might have run them a couple $100. I also see others building out these super complex workflows with a ton of different actions and nodes when they could have just had a simple AI agent handle all of it for them. The truth is, there are 3 distinct types of business automation, and understanding the differences between each one of them could end up saving you not only a ton of time, but also a ton of money. Hi, I'm Chase with NeuroWiz, and in today's video, I'm going to outline these 3 different types of business automations so clearly that you'll never confuse any of them again. I'll also give you a decision-making framework so you can decide which type of automation your business needs right now, and then at the end of the video, I will share with you the biggest mistake I see businesses making when it comes to selecting one of these 3 business automations. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start with the foundation. Let's start with automated workflows. These are the backbone of modern business efficiency. Automated workflows are basically just rule-based systems that follow a predetermined logic path. You can think about it this way. If this happens, then this happens. That's it. There's no intelligence, there's no interpretation, it is just pure automation. The key characteristic of these is that they follow the same path every single time. The same input always produces the same output. Here's how they work. You define your triggers, your conditions, and your actions, and then the system follows that workflow perfectly every single time. Here are a couple of real-world examples that you can utilize in your business. When a new lead fills out your contact form, you can automatically add them to your CRM, send them a welcome email, and then create a task for your sales team to follow up. Or when someone purchases your product, you can automatically send them a download link, add them to your customer email list, and then generate an invoice. Lastly, when a support ticket is created, it can be automatically assigned to the right department based on keywords and send a confirmation email. Here's where automated workflows excel in your business. Repetitive tasks with predictable inputs, data transfer between systems, triggered communications like emails and notifications, and simple decision trees with clear yes and no logic. The only real limitation with an automated workflow is that they're not flexible. They don't handle variability very well. If your input is somehow different from what its predefined route is supposed to be, it'll either just not work or produce a completely wrong result. The bottom line is that automated workflows are perfect for tasks that are repetitive, predictable, or rule-based. They are the foundation that everything else is built upon, which is what leads us into our second type of business automation, AI workflows. AI workflows are where we add intelligence to our automations. These still follow the same structured paths as automated workflows, however, we can now deal with variability and they're a lot more flexible. AI workflows are used when you have specific points in an automated workflow where a little bit of decision or interpretation could really be utilized. The key difference here between AI workflows and automated workflows is that the input doesn't necessarily have to be the same every single time, because it can take something that's generally the same, interpret it, and then give you a reliable result. Here are a couple of real-world examples so that you can utilize them in your business. You could have an email classification system where incoming emails get analyzed by AI for intent and urgency, which then categorizes them based on sales inquiry, support requests, partnership, or anything else. The AI can then determine the priority level based on the language patterns in the email. Then your system can route it to the appropriate team member, and the AI can also generate suggested response templates. Another AI workflow could be a content creation pipeline, where you would input a topic or a keyword, and then the AI researches current trends and information, creates an outline based on your content guidelines, writes your first draft following your brand voice, optimizes for SEO and readability if it's a written piece of content, and then push it to a human, which they can review and publish that piece of content. Another AI workflow could be a lead qualification workflow. This is where a lead would submit information through any sort of various channel. The AI can then analyze a submission for qualification criteria, score the lead based on multiple factors, generate personalized follow-up questions, schedule appropriate next steps, and then the system can notify the sales team with all of these AI insights. Here's where AI workflows excel. Any sort of content that requires interpretation but follows patterns. Variable inputs that need intelligent processing, multi-step processes where AI enhances each stage, personalization at scale based on data analysis. The key insight here is that AI workflows combine the reliability of an automation with the flexibility of intelligence. The only real limitation with an AI workflow is that even though it is utilizing intelligence, it's still bound by a point A to point B type of workflow. There's no real variation in its ability to respond differently. It really has to still follow the rules you've set for it. Which leads us to the fun stuff, AI agents. AI agents are essentially autonomous systems that can handle any sort of complex interaction and can make decisions independently. AI systems can engage in conversations, understand context, access multiple tools, and complete entire processes without human intervention. The key characteristic here is that they don't follow any sort of predetermined workflow. They can make decisions based on the input that you've given it. Basically, all you need to do is give them guidelines, access to tools, and then tell them your objectives. And then, based on the inputs you give it, it can choose the best path forward to get you the best result possible. Here are a couple of real-world examples you can use in your business. One could be a customer service agent that handles incoming questions via chat, email, or phone, can access customer databases, order history, and a knowledge base. It can understand complex multi-part questions, provide detailed personalized responses, process returns, schedule appointments, escalate issues, and then even learn from each interaction to improve its responses. Another example could be a sales development agent, which can research potential leads using multiple data sources, craft personalized outreach messages, handle responses and objections, schedule meetings when prospects are qualified, update your CRM with detailed interaction notes, and then adapt strategy based on prospect behavior. A third agent you could implement in your business is a business operations agent, which monitors business metrics across multiple systems, identifies anomalies or opportunities, can generate detailed reports and recommendations, can execute approved actions automatically, provide strategic insights based on data analysis, and even communicate findings to relevant team members. Here's where AI agents can really excel. Any sort of complex conversations requiring context and nuance, multi-step problem solving with variable approaches, there's 24/7 availability for critical business functions, personalized interactions at scale, and even continuous learning and improvement. The key advantage with an AI agent is that they can handle unpredictable situations and still provide responses similar to what a human could, all while operating autonomously. The obvious trade-off here is that they are very complex, take a lot of time to develop, and can be very expensive. They're very powerful, but they do require a lot of setup and a lot of management. So how do you know which type of business automation is best for your business right now? Well, let's go ahead and go through this decision-making matrix. And all you need to do is ask yourself 3 questions. Question 1, is this process predictable? If the inputs and outputs are always the same, I'd go for an automated workflow. If the inputs vary but outcomes are structured, AI workflow. And if both inputs and approaches need to be flexible, AI agent. Question 2, does it require conversation or interpretation? If there's no interpretation needed, just an automated workflow. If interpretation is needed within defined parameters, an AI workflow, and if complex interpretation and response is needed, an AI agent. Question 3, what's your complexity tolerance? If you just want a simple setup and minimal maintenance, just do some automated workflows. If you're okay with some moderate complexity and some structured AI use, definitely use an AI workflow. If you're okay with the high complexity and the ongoing optimization required to keep it up, an AI agent is definitely for you. Most businesses really only need a couple of automated workflows, maybe a few AI workflows, but once you've really gotten those under your belt and your business is starting to function like a well-oiled machine, then it's time to talk about some AI agents. The golden rule here is this: don't make it harder than it needs to be. Whatever the simplest solution is for your problem, do that. Yeah, it could be cool to have an AI agent, but if you only really need a couple of workflows, just do that. That's fine. If you don't need an AI agent, don't get one. Because the last thing you need is something that's hard to build and hard to maintain when you really don't even have the time to build an automated workflow yourself. Which leads us into the number one biggest mistake I see businesses making all the time now, is that they're just jumping headfirst into AI agents because it sounds cool without realizing all of the downsides that come with it. Here's the truth. AI agents are only as good as the foundation that you've laid for them. It's like hiring on an employee into your company and then telling them to just figure it out. If you don't have the proper training materials and you don't take the time to actually train them in their role, they're not going to do well. Same thing goes for AI agents. If you haven't developed automated workflows in your business yet, it's going to be hard to figure out where AI is actually needed. And if you don't have AI workflows in place for your business, it's going to be very difficult to understand what roles can your AI agent actually take over or even need to take over. Here's a progression path you should go with. Go ahead and knock out all repetitive tasks with any sort of automated workflows. If you realize that some of these automated workflows need some intelligence behind them, upgrade them to AI workflows. And then once you get to a point where you're very confident with your workflows, but realize you could use some more help with some more complex conversations and decision-making criteria, that's when you go ahead and utilize an AI agent. The reality is that all of this is going to take time. Some automated workflows may only take a couple weeks, whereas some AI agent development may take a couple months. Now, we'll see if that's the case in the next 6 months because AI is developing at an insane rate. Maybe you can just click a button and it's all done. But until then, let's be realistic. Understanding these 3 different types of business automations is not just academic, it's pivotal in understanding what's going to be a waste of your time or actually help you to scale your business. If you want some personalized help in identifying which type of business automation you need right now, you can click the link below for a free AI needs assessment. Our free AI needs assessment allows you to speak with one of our team members, maybe even me, where we can go over your current AI utilization, your current automation utilization, see what the bottlenecks in your business are, and then tailor make the exact solutions that you need to not only save money on the aspirin for your headaches, but just knock them out altogether. You can either click the link in the description below, or you can scan the QR code right here to go ahead and book your free AI needs assessment. We create content just like this every single week, helping businesses actually use AI in their business. So if you like that kind of content, hit the subscribe button below and be sure to hit the bell notification icon for any future videos we put out, especially our next video, where we'll go over the different generative AI models that are out there and show you really which ones are best for what. But if that video is already out as you're watching this video, you'll see it pop up right here. You can go ahead and click that video. I'm Chase from NeuroWiz, and I'll see you next time.